Okay, let's jump right into this explainer with a situation we've all been in at some point. Missing the bus. Picture this. You wake up late, throw on your clothes, sprint down the street, but you are just 1 minute too late. You're standing there on the sidewalk, literally watching the bus drive away. You missed it.
So this is the cold, hard reality. I missed the bus. It's a simple past tense fact. It happened. And you absolutely cannot change it, no matter how much you might want to.
But right away inside your head, you start playing out a totally different reality, don't you? You think to yourself, if I had left earlier, I would have caught it. Boom! This sentence right here, it acts like our own personal grammatical time machine. We're suddenly imagining a completely different past. So this brings up a pretty fascinating question. Can grammar change the past? Well, in reality, no way. The bus is still gone. But in our minds, language actually gives us this incredible superpower to travel backwards in time and explore what might have happened. Today we're going to learn exactly how to build this mental time machine using a structure we call the third conditional. Section 1. The third conditional formula. Building the time machine. Let's look at the nuts and bolts of this grammar rule. To build a time machine, you need a very precise formula, right? If you jam the wrong pieces together, the machine just isn't going to work. So, here is our step-by-step formula. The first part, our condition, is if plus had plus a past participle. Then the second part, our imagined result, is would have plus a past participle. When you lock these two halves together, you are telling whoever is listening that you're imagining a completely different outcome in the past. Section 2. Real versus imagined past. Seeing the timeline.
Let's visualize this. Over on the left side of our timeline, we've got the real past event. This is set in stone. It's a fact that we absolutely cannot change. But then on the right side, we have the imagined past result. This is where we use our new formula to explore the whole what-if scenario. You can see how the real event leads directly over to our thinking bubbles, where we're basically creating a brand new imaginary timeline.
Let's look at a super realistic school scenario. If I had studied harder, I would have passed. Notice how the structure works here. If I had studied, that's our condition. I would have passed, that's the imagined result. The real past is that, well, I didn't study and I failed. But the imagined side is my complete academic success. Take a really good look at that structure.
Okay, here's another one. Come on, we've all experienced the sheer panic of forgotten or lost homework. If she had saved her work, she would not have lost it. Let's let that sink in for a second. Look closely at the formula blocks. If she had saved directly leads to that imagined result. She would not have lost it.
And this brilliantly illustrates our final core example. If they had arrived earlier, they would have seen the start. Check out the had plus the past participle arrived, followed perfectly by would have plus the past participle seen. Once you get the hang of it, it works like a charm every single time.
Section 3. Fixing common grammar mistakes. The missing had.
Now, avoiding the trap that catches so many students is absolutely crucial here. It is incredibly easy to forget just one tiny piece of our time machine, and when you do, the whole grammar structure just breaks. On the left side, you'll see a super common mistake. If I studied, I would have passed. You see, this uses the simple past instead of the past perfect because it's completely missing the word had. But look over on the right. If I had studied, I would have passed. That little tiny word had is totally non-negotiable. You need it to tell the listener we're firmly in the imagined past.
Section 4. 3-question grammar challenge. Test your knowledge.
Now, what's really fun about this next part is that it's your turn to try. I'm going to read the prompt and give you a few quiet seconds to lock in the answer in your head. Ready? Question 1. Complete the sentence using the formula. If he had listened, he blank the answer. Take a few seconds to figure it out.
All right, here is the answer. He would have known the answer, or you could say he would have gotten the answer. You absolutely needed would have plus a past particle to build that imagined result. So did you nail it?
Let's move right along to question 2. Your mission here is to fix this flawed sentence. If we left earlier, we would have arrived on time. Look closely. Can you spot the missing word? Take a second.
And here is the fixed sentence. If we had left earlier, we would have arrived on time. You simply must include the word had to form the past perfect right after the if. Without it, the sentence just falls apart. Okay, here is our final challenge question. If I had remembered, I would have called you. Tell me,
Does this describe a real past event or an imagined past? Think about it for a few seconds.
The correct answer is imagined past. The real past event is that I totally forgot, and I definitely did not call you. The sentence is just exploring this imaginary, alternate reality where my memory actually worked the way it's supposed to.
Section 5, Final Review and Warning. Take a mental screenshot.
You guys did a fantastic job with that challenge. Let's wrap things up with a final review card that you will absolutely want to remember for your tests and honestly, just for everyday conversations. First up, memorize that time machine formula. If plus past perfect, then would have plus the past participle. Let's look at our core examples one last time. Example 1, if I had studied harder, I would have passed. Example 2, if she had saved her work, she would not have lost it. And finally, please listen to this very strict warning. Do not use the simple past after the word if when forming the third conditional. You must always, always use had.
Language truly gives us this incredible tool to reflect, to express a bit of regret, and ultimately to learn from our mistakes by dreaming up new outcomes. So, I'm going to leave you with this final thought. Think about a mistake you made recently. Nothing huge, just a little slip-up. Now, use the third conditional formula to create a sentence about it. What will you change in your imagined past? Keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next explainer.